Okay, listen, right, I'm not being funny, but this British weather's gotta change soon. 28 degrees. I feel like I'm dying, and that's no exaggeration. This is just, it's not normal, and I'm not happy about it. But anyway, welcome back to my Team Career Mode series here on F124. Today, we're going to the Hungaroring, another track that I have never ever driven at before, so I don't know what to expect, genuinely. There is no expectation, it's just drive the car and see what happens, do you know what I mean? So, time for quali. Yay. And oh my goodness, that is not a pleasant sight to behold, is it? Oh my goodness. Wet conditions at Hungary is probably the worst track to have rain at, because the entire track is just like high-speed corners. So try to do that in the wet, especially on my driving style of just give it the beans, and if you crash, oh well. Ah, okay. Hang on a minute. I've just come out of the pits with about 12 minutes remaining here in Q1, and it seems like it's almost dry already. How's that happen then? This is dry conditions. Oh, so it isn't a wet quali. Oh, that is great news, isn't it? That is fan-bloody-tastic. Right, hot lap number 1. This probably doesn't mean anything because, well, we're going to be in 6 at the end. But that does make it a bit more exciting, I guess. Having all 20 drivers having to do one more lap on slicks, I will say. It's a little bit damp. There's a little bit of spray. There's a little bit of rain, water on the track. But here we go. So the first sector is going to be a 37.7. Let's see how close I can get to that. Here we come, and I'm going to do a... Oh, now that is a pretty sight. Oh. What about sector 2? Oh, yeah. What is that? 1 second up through the first 2 sectors. Holy macaroni. I'm cooking. Here we come around the final corner. And that is a great lap. And there was a lot more time. No. P2? What? Come on. I was just about to say, there's a lot more time in that lap as well. I did not use overtake a single time throughout that lap. My goodness, okay. Well, I suppose that doesn't really mean anything though, because by the time the second runs of Q1 come about, it will probably be dry conditions. But that's still very promising. Where I've decided to take a risk, and I have decided to put on the softs. Although it ain't really much of a risk now, because it turns out every single other car's put on the slick, so never mind. But it's actually very exciting. It's going to be a 1-lap shootout between every single driver on who goes through to Q2. So this lap has to be very, very strong. Let's have it. Swinger into turn 1, proper late on the brakes, a bit too late on the brakes. If I can get a good exit, which I don't. Oh, not a good start. Oh no, I'm going wide at like every single corner. This is not good. The first sector, I'm going to be up by a little bit, okay. Just got to keep pushing through this sector 2 and have a blinder. Come on, car. Oh, I'm locked in. Need to swing her through here. That's fine. I've had overtake. Oh no, oh wait, it's all gone wrong. Okay, wait, just stay focused. Oh no, I've gone wide again. This is going to be very, very close. No, bro, I go wide every single corner because these tyres are horrible. Round the final corner. Come on. Good enough exit. ERS on. Is it going to be enough for a Q2 visit? Come on. Oh, you've got to be joking. Oh, you've got to be joking. Oh, wait. 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 Yes! 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 Oh, let's go! Oh, what an absolute roller coaster of emotions that was. I thought it was 16th that goes out, but obviously because I'm in my team career mode, an extra car stays in because there's obviously 2 extra. Oh my goodness! I have done it by a decent margin as well. 4.5 tenths over Joe Guan Yu. 2 tenths away from Esteban Ocon. Teammate Jack Doohan Jack Doohan! He isn't lost! Let's go! Come on, Jackie! What a driver. Right, let's get into Q2. Wow. Oh my goodness, look at the beaming sunshine we have now. What a contrast in weather conditions. We start the session, it's pouring down. In Q2, beaming sunshine. Right, I'm only deciding to do one run in Q2, so I've got an extra set of stuff to the race, and honestly, I don't really see the benefit of doing a second run like earlier in the session. I don't really see the point. So, this lap, we need to go big, but I think it's going to be next to impossible to get a Q3 slot. But I tell you what, it's not been a horrible Sector 1. Oh, the grip is overwhelming. I forgot, because it's like fully dry. There is a lot more grip on track now. It's actually like overwhelming. Through Sector 2, I'm a 10th down on Gasly. Uh-oh. Round the final corner, I've had a very good Sector 3. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near Q3, but can we at least get into like 14th or 13th? Okay. That ain't bad, I don't think. I think that's alright. That lap was okay. Definitely wasn't bad. It's just, I had a bit of a stinker through Sector 2. Yeah, honestly, a second off the lead, only just out-qualified Magnussen. I'm happy with that, personally. I think I am. And I also completed my sponsorship goal of a top 15, so I'm happy about that. I just want to look at my Sector 2 time, because I think that's where I lost it. Actually, not really. My Sector 2's sort of there. It's like a little bit off, like, you know, half a tenth, but... Okay, so where did I lose it? Was it just throughout... I think it was just throughout the lap. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong sector again. How do I keep doing that? Okay, yeah, so it was by Sector 2. Everyone else, 26.6, 26.5, me at 26.8. The problem is that I underestimated how much grip I actually had. So I was being slightly more careful on the throttle. I could have been giving it the beans. But anyway, like I said, I'm happy with P14. Let's get to race day. And here we are for the Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix 2024, one of the only Grand Prix to not have Qatar Airways or Rolex in front of it. I'm looking forward to this race. I feel like Hungary is one of the worst tracks for overtaking, as we know. It's a bit similar to Spain in the way that you can only really overtake down the main straight with DRS. Now, obviously, starting P14 is going to be ideal for that. It means I'm probably going to be stuck in a DRS train for most of the race. And my only real chances to get overtakes done and move up the order is going to be off the start, dive bombs, or a little cheeky, you know, alternative strategy. Now, I'm not going to go for an alternative strategy. I'm just going to do what everyone else is doing, which is a medium hard. The alternate is a two-stopper, which I feel like in a 35% race, no matter how good or bad for a two-stop is, it's not worth it. So, we're going to go for a medium hard. We might undercut, depending on tyre wear, to try and, you know, jump ahead of a few cars. We'll see what happens, though. So, let's begin. And here we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix in my team career mode. Let's have it. It's a good reaction time, but I've stalled on the grid. I've had a little bit of a stall moment. I have no idea what that was. And oh my goodness, I've lost 4 places off the start. And I'm already down to P18, but I am going to slip up the inside of Albon and maybe get one of those places back. No, I get a poor exit. What has just happened? That was so weird. It's like my throttle pedal just wouldn't work. That was very strange. I've never had that before, and I'm not happy about it. And I don't know why, but my exits in this game are really, really bad compared to the AI. We're going to try a very strange move on Alex Albon. The car just isn't turning. I ain't going to lie to you. Like, what is that? Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong. What is happening? Is that the worst start I've ever had in any game, like race, just in general on this channel? I lose 4 places off the start, my car isn't turning for the life of it. My goodness. Right, it's the end of lap 2, and honestly, this is a big struggle. I'm struggling to stick with the likes of Hulkenberg and somehow Sargent. I've got Alex Albon constantly behind me, and at the moment, I'm defending more than attacking, which I really shouldn't be doing. My main issue I'm having is just corner exits, especially out of the slow speed ones, like turn 1 and 2. For some reason, like, even though I feel like I'm at the limit of my exits, the AI are just like, you know, they're on throttle like twice as early. It's odd. And I've now lost DRS to Hulkenberg, and I can't turn. I can't exit out corners and my car isn't turning. It's not good. It's not fun. Right, so even though I'm running maximum like front wing and rear wing, I've got the highest downforce possible, I'm really struggling to turn, like, unlike qualifying, which is weird how the car just changes. In quali, it feels alright, it's turning, you know, it's okay. Get into the race, my car won't turn anymore, so, I don't know, I'm lost. Here comes Alex Albon. He's going to go for a move around the outside. He's going to crash into me for some reason. Don't know what that was about. But, we're going to be fighting for P17. Probably P18 somehow. So, yeah, Hulkenberg's just gone. There's no secret. Like, every single car is faster than me right now. I don't know exactly how that's happening, but that is just the hard truth. The only car I'm faster than is my own teammate, who is currently like 5 seconds behind 21st. I'm going to lose DRS because I'm, well, 1.7 behind, losing half a second a lap. Here comes Alex Albon again to the outside. Will he crash into me this time? He doesn't. Luckily for me, it's quite easy to defend around this place because, well, there's only 2 overtaking spots and you can just use the inside line. And I think I'm going to have to try something with strategy, although the gap between me and Hulkenberg is getting so big, I don't think there's anything I can do. Right, so my pace has already dropped off by 1 whole second from the start of this race. That might attribute to why my car is struggling, and why I'm struggling in general, is that my tyres, they're not that worn, they're only on 12%, yet I'm losing a second a lap to how I was like 3 laps ago. And I honestly don't know how that is. I don't feel slower, but somehow I'm losing a second a lap. But I'm continuing to lose half a second a lap to Hulkenberg. Of course, if Albon was in front of me, and in fact, Zhou Guanyu and Piastri and Bottas, if they were all ahead of me, they would all be streaking off right now. But this is a big issue. If I was at any other track right now, maybe apart from Monaco, I would be 21st. One thing I have noticed is that the AI, like, changes drastically between qualifying and the race. In the race, for some reason, the AI are like 3 times as quick as they are in quali, which is really annoying for me. Because in quali, for example, I'll play on 107 difficulty. We go into the race, and I'll qualify like 10th or whatever. Get into the race, everyone's faster than me. So I don't know how they've managed to do that, but that is that's also a reason why I'm struggling, is that I've kept the difficulty the same. So even though I qualified 14th, I'm now getting, you know, destroyed by Albon. So I think my strategy is I'm either going to pit on this lap or the next lap. I'm going to do probably lap 10. And just, I don't think an undercut is going to give me 4 seconds of lap time. It just isn't. But if it can close me up even a little bit, it's worth it, you know. I don't even know where I'm losing time, like, specifically. It seems to just be Sector 2, which makes sense. I've been bad there this whole weekend, but I don't understand where in Sector 2 I'm losing half a second. Like, a tenth or 2 I can understand, because that's, like, such a small margin. Half a second in Sector 2 is crazy. And what was the other track? It was Spain as well. It was Spain, my previous episode. Spain, I was losing like half a second in Sector 2. What is it about high-speed sectors that I just can't do? Oh! Oh! Alex Albon locks up and goes miles off the track. Right, time for me to do a stop. It probably won't gain me anything, but I need to try something different, not just hanging back in P18 until I die. So into the pits, we must go E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Now, of course, we are going to get some lovely clean air as well, because I was so far back. And you can see the gap between Piastri and the next car ahead. I don't feel I'm getting anywhere near above that. And then there's also an even bigger gap to an Alpine in front, and then another gap of like 2 seconds. This is so cursed. I tell you what though, the early signs of these hard tyres, they are not bad at all. They feel quite good. I don't know if they're faster than the mediums, but I'm just saying they feel good, you know? One of the very few positives I've had. Right, here we come then. Am I going to undercut anything? Here is Valtteri Bottas, and I am going to undercut Valtteri Bottas. Now, what's good about this is that a lot of cars have stayed out, which means I get another chance to do an undercut. I'm only 9th. Oh, wait. Oh, so no. Oh, wow. That displays how far back I was. Magnussen has stopped, and he's 7 seconds ahead still. That can't be right. But, you know, that can be right, yeah. Wow. That's how far back I was. Right, here we go. Next round of undercuts, and it seems like I've actually lost. I've actually lost positions. Okay, no, I haven't. Hello, Logan. Who's this geezer? Hang on, how do you get DRS? That's a bit unfair. How is he allowed DRS? He's just exited the pits. Oh, what? Okay, I don't even know how that's happened, but... Okay, so I've undercut Hulkenberg by about a second. Sargent must have had a rotor or something, because he was right next to Hulkenberg, and now he's right here, but he's just going to be quicker than me, because I'm really slow. Alright, bye, Sargent. It was nice knowing you for, like, what, half a lap, but I just can't compete with the American GOAT. Hang on, wait, no, I've got DRS for, like, what, the first time this race. Let's go. That's actually going to help me massively to defend against Piastri. It's not going to do anything else, though. Unless I can have a half-decent exit and maybe go for a move on Sargent. But, like, the exit is just different. Every other car's exits are just so much better than mine. And it's not even a competition. And I don't know. I'm just lost. I don't know where Albon is at this stage. He's just irrelevant now. And I'm just lost. Hang on, Fernando Alonso out. That's going to give me a free place. Let's go! But I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand why I'm losing so much time to every single car when I'm driving at the absolute peak. And to be fair, you know, this car is the worst on the grid. So maybe this is meant to be normal, you know? I'm so used to, like, fighting for points and being in that sort of 12th, 13th area that, you know, being where the car is actually supposed to be, it feels odd, and, you know, I feel like I'm underperforming. We've still got 10 laps left, you know, something like a red flag or a safety car could definitely change in my fortunes. But we'll have to wait and see. My plan right now is to just somehow stick with Sargent and, like, keep DRS, as that's going to help me defend against Piastri, but he's just having a great race right now, do you know what I mean? Sargent is showing up Alex Albon right now. Give him the contract extension, you know what I mean? Right, so it's been a few laps, and the situation is basically the same. I'm still somehow sticking with Sargent, sticking inside his DRS, which of course is the only reason I'm still ahead of Oscar Piastri. And, you know, this hard stint so far has been very, very good. It's not the absolute fastest, but what I will say is I'm not losing as much time to Hulkenberg as I was on the mediums. And don't forget, my tyres are 1 lap older. So, you know, lots of positives. Might be in P16 right now, but there are still positives. This hard stint has felt extremely nice. As you can see, I'm only 4/10ths away from my best lap of the race on, like, you know, 7-8 lap old hards. This ain't too bad at all. Right, final 3 laps of this race, and the situation is, well, exactly the same. I'm still inside of Sargent's DRS, sticking with him for the pure and sole purpose of keeping Oscar Piastri behind. And I intend to keep it that way until the very end, but this has been an absolute bore fest, I can't lie. Penultimate lap of this race, and I'm actually wondering if there's a world where I could actually maybe go for a move on Sargent on, like, the last lap. Honestly, I could try and send it with a little dive bomb at the end. Right, here we go, final lap. Now, is there a world where I can get an overtake done? I'm gonna have to just send it like I'm silly and see what happens. Here we go! to the inside of Logan Sargent. That move is perfectly fair. It's last stitch. It's out of nowhere. But oh my goodness. Come on! Let's go! Final lap of the race. Down the inside of the first corner. Come on! Now I just got to bring it home. There is no way that Sargent can get back past. There is nowhere left to overtake. I can drive as slow as I wish, and I will still get this position. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. Like I said, like this weekend, it was like just a mixture. The start was really good. Getting into Q2, qualifying P14, and then the start of the race is what really done me. Having that stall out moment just completely ruined any chance of like anything in this race. So, you know, the medium stint was absolutely horrible. My car wouldn't turn. I put on the hard tyres, and it has felt very, very good. Out the final corner, one of the best overtakes you'll ever see. It's not a great finish. A P15 isn't horrible, all things considered. At one point, I was down to P19 off the start. P15, we absolutely take that, do you know what I mean? And so here's the final finishing order. Max Verstappen converts a pole to a win. Leclerc goes from P3 to P2 and Sainz P4 to P3 for a double Ferrari podium. Lando Norris was the guy that started on the front row and drops down to P4. Where have I seen that before? The guy in the best car bottling a win? Here's where we finished, a P16, and, well, Jack Doohan finishes last. What happened there? What? He finished like 25 seconds behind Zhou Guanyu. Hang on, no, I'm sorry. We need to look at this. We need to just look at what's happened to Doohan here. Right, so on lap 14, Doohan's like, on the main straight. The next car ahead of Albon is already in the second DRS zone. That's like, what, 10 seconds? So by the end, is he just that slow? So this was the end. This is the final lap. So here is Doohan on the main straight. Zhou Guanyu at the end of Sector 1. My goodness, wow. Anyway, that's going to be all from me. This episode was, you know, due to be a stinker, but I turned it round and made it into quite a good one. I'll be back, whether tomorrow or the next day, for my Ayrton Senna driver career mode. I'm going to go watch the Euros and have some din-dins now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.